All right, so this is week 3 and week 1. I want to recap really quick. On week 1, okay, we kicked off week 1 and we talked about a morning routine. All right, and I gave you my actual morning routine, the winning hour that I actually use in my own life and have used over the years. Week 2, we talked about basically how to win the day, how to plan and prepare the night before to set yourself up to win. Don't forget, those videos are in the portal. And I'm actually going to have some worksheets for you that I'm going to get to in the next couple of days so that you can set yourself up to win for the winning days. So here's what I want to talk to you about tonight. This lesson is going to be short. It's going to be sweet, but it's so powerful. And it's something that changed my life. And here's why. I know this for a fact. As I look at each and every one of you today on this call, I know for a fact that there is a powerful driving force. I know each and every one of you. And I know this for a fact that there's a powerful driving force inside every single one of you. There's a powerful driving force inside every human being. And I know that once that driving force is unleashed, that not only can you transform your body, right, but that you can make any goal, dream, ambition, vision, a desire an absolute reality. And how do I know? I've done it in my own life. And part of my calling is, yes, I love motivating you, and that's awesome. But part of my calling and mission is to try to help people refine and define what that is, and then also awaken that powerful drive inside of them, that winner that you were born to be. And once we can find that, the sky's the limit. So I want to start off tonight with just, asking you a couple questions, and it's this, and I'm going to answer them for you. But the questions are, what do you guys believe controls and determines the quality of our lives? If I was to ask you that question right now, what do you believe controls and determines the quality of our lives? I've asked that question so many times over the years, and so many times people say, well, maybe it was what happened to us, right? Right now we're going through a crisis, an obstacle, adversity. Maybe it was our upbringing. Maybe it was the career I'm in. Maybe it was the person I married. And so many times we talk about external things, but what controls and determines the quality of our lives every single day is 2 things: meaning and emotions. So the meaning is what I choose to give. The meaning of anything in life only has the meaning I choose to give it, right? So any circumstance, any situation, what my body looks like at the moment, what my career looks like at the moment, what my relationships look like at the moment, what the meaning is that I assign to it is all, and that's the only meaning it'll ever have. See, and a lot of people, they that's like rocket science to them. Like when I discovered that, I was like, wait a second. I can shift anything in my life by shifting my perspective, the meaning that you assign to a situation. So right now, with a challenge going on, an obstacle, adversity in life, like it is what it is. The world's turned upside down. It's chaos, right? With this COVID-19 is, what's the meaning that you're going to assign to it? Think about that. Are you going to wake up every single day? This is horrible. Oh my gosh, people are dying. What are you going to focus on? The meaning of anything in life only is the meaning you choose to give it. And that's the first thing that determines the quality of our lives. The second thing is emotions. You see, the meaning that we give to things directly affects our emotional state, right? Our attitude, how we approach situations. If we give this situation a meaning that is love, that is peace, that is joy, then you know what our emotions are going to probably be? Love, peace, and joy. They're going to line up with the meaning of how we view it, the perspective of it. If we give this situation in a relationship, in a career, whatever it is, a bank account, if we give it a poverty mentality, if we give it a, oh my gosh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'll never be in shape, if we're always talking about what we can't do, then our emotions are actually going to line up with that. And that's how we're going to act, because your actions are driven by your emotions. So here's what I want you to know. Your body, all right, will respond to the image that you put in your mind. All of us, me too. Your body, what you do physically every single day, all right, will respond. Your body's going to respond. What you do, your actions are going to be a response to the image that you choose to put in your mind. So what I want to help you do today is create momentum. And I want to share with you my 5 steps to create momentum in life. I've helped people from all walks of life utilize these same 5 steps. I'm talking about to transform their marriage, to create a breakthrough in their body, to go start a business and write a book and make, millions of dollars. And so what I'm telling you is this works. God's no respecter of person. Okay. And this formula is not a formula that I just put together that I think is cool and fun and sexy. Like, this is not theory. This is stuff I've done. and trial and error and utilize my own life and have helped many people utilize it. So what controls and determines the quality of our lives? The meaning you choose to give it and your emotions, because the meaning you choose to give it, perspective, directly affects your emotions. And then don't forget, your body, your actions, what you do are a direct relation or a direct correlation to the image you put in your mind. So what's the image in your mind? Everything in your life is shaped by your beliefs. The belief of how you view you, the belief of what you believe in God and a creator, the belief in what you believe in this epidemic that's going on, the belief in the amount of money you can make, what your body can look like, what you're capable of. Everything, not some things, everything in your life is shaped by your beliefs. And I believe, this is my personal belief, that the greatest belief you could ever have in life is the belief in a creator, God. Besides that, the second greatest belief you could ever have is a belief in you, in who you were born to be, who you are and who you can become. So if everything in your life is shaped by your beliefs, I want to ask you right now, what do you believe? What do you believe about you? And I'm laying a foundation right now in the beginning, because as I give you my 5 steps to create momentum, if you don't believe it's possible, it'll never be possible. If you don't believe you can transform your body, you never will. If you don't believe you can have that relationship, you never will. If you don't believe you could, transform your financial state, whatever it is, you never will. Right? So my calling and mission in life, and like I told you earlier, is to help you define and awaken that winner, that person deep down inside, that superwoman, that superman that you were born to be. All right. So we know what controls everything and determines the quality of our lives is meaning and emotions. So starting today, I want to ask you this question before we move on is, what's the meaning you're going to choose to give to your life? To your physical body, what's the perspective you have of it? What's the meaning you're going to choose to give it? To your financial situation, to your spiritual situation, to your mental situation, to your career, to your mission, to your relationships. And remember, that's important because the meaning you assign to it directly affects your emotions, and your emotions are powerful because they drive your actions. Your body will respond to the image you put in your mind, determined by your emotions. Everything in your life is shaped by your belief. So here's why, people ask me all the time, like, why do some people have success and some people don't? Why do some people come to the program and transform their body and others don't? I'm like, that's a great question, because we've given all of you the same exact formula. Why will some people go through this 6-week challenge? Why will some people, like Shannon, go run, we met Shannon 9 years ago. She's on this call. Why are some people like Shannon going to go and take what we said, start off of a lunch and learn where I met her, and then go and come out for 30 days free, and then make an investment in Join with her money and her time, and then stay with us for 9 years. And that decision back then changed the entire trajectory of her life. And now she's living a healthy life. They've run multiple races. She's built amazing friends through our family. But again, everything in your life is shaped by your belief. So most people, why do most people win, and actually, let me say this. Why do most people fail? Why do most people fail at the program, what we do, or do why most people fail in life? It's not because the program worked for Shannon, but it's not going to work for somebody else. When somebody says that to me, it blows my mind. I'm like, well, I didn't get anything. I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't work for you? It's worked for thousands of people. Like, if you just follow a system and a formula, it's going to work for you. It didn't work for you because you didn't believe it would work for you. You didn't do it. Most people fail in life to reach their goals because they are led by emotions, and because of that, they never create momentum. Momentum is I do something. First thing to create momentum is I show up. And once I show up, momentum is, wait a second, I now have daily habits and rituals. I have traction. I'm progressing. And that momentum snowballs and snowballs and snowballs and snowballs into a huge win. So most people fail in life to reach their goals. If it's physical, it's financial, spiritual, relationship, whatever it is, because they are led by emotions. And because they're led by emotions, they never, ever create momentum. Guys, I want you to hear me right now. You were born to win. Like, you were born with a purpose. You have a purpose. You can win. And winning's all relative. It's perspective of you. It's like success, right? What's winning to you might be different than me. What's winning to me 10 years ago is different than what winning is to me now, right? Somebody just asked me today, Coach JC, why are you on the news as much anymore? Why are you doing like so much public speaking? I was like, like that was that season of my life, and that was winning to me. My winning now season is different. It's now helping other people win in a different capacity. Like it's just winning shifts, and that's okay. But I want you to hear the statement I'm going to make to you that could change your life. Winning is built on winning. Winning is built on winning. How do you win? You stack wins, baby. That's why week 1, I gave you a morning routine. I'm trying to help you to sell. If you just develop these habits and rituals, you'll change your life, because winning is built on winning. If I produce a win, and I produce another win, and another small win, and another small win, and I stack enough wins, over time those wins produce huge results. It's like anything in life. It's the law of compounding, right? So winning is built on winning. How do you stack wins? You create rituals and daily habits like week 1, morning routine. You plan your day the night before, like week 2. You set yourself up to win by creating a winning day. And then once you have that down, you know what you do? You create momentum. So now I want to give you the 5 steps, okay, that I've used and help many people use to create momentum in life. Step 1. Okay, step 1 is you have to put yourself in a peak state. All right, we talked about earlier about emotions and feelings. They're real. Like emotions and feelings are real. Like think about it every single day. Think about all the different emotions. I forget the last study, but it was like there's thousands and thousands of emotions that cross through your mind and your body every single day. Thousands, like thousands. So many times we allow emotions to dictate and determine what we do. And remember, your actions are driven by your emotions. So the first step of anything create momentum. I don't care what you want tonight. Right now, I want you to be thinking about what would my life look like if I was the best version of me, if I was really able to create momentum in my life, physically, what would my body look like, mentally, emotionally, relationships, my career, my mission, my calling, financial, whatever area you want, okay? The number one thing you have to learn how to do is put yourself in a peak state. You say, well, what's a peak state? A peak state is that every single day when you wake up, you choose the state you're gonna be in. And a state is simply created by 3 things, okay? Number 1, focus. Number 2, your language. And number 3, your physiological state. So people say all the time, JC, do you not have bad days? You're always like high. Are you on drugs? Like, what is wrong with you? Do you drink a lot of caffeine? I'm like, no, I'm human like you. The only difference is emotions hit me like they hit you. Same emotions: anger, upset, joy, happiness, peace, frustration, guilt, shame, all those things I deal with, worry, fear, doubt. But I learned a long time ago how I don't feed those emotions. I don't let those emotions grow. I don't water them, right? So that's what I'm gonna help you do today. Every day when you get up, and every day when you wanna create momentum, and every day when emotions are gonna dictate and determine what you do, and there's anxiety right now, there's worry right now, there's stress, there's fear, there's guilt, there's shame, there's uncertainty, there's all these crazy emotions. We gotta make a list right now of crazy ones right now with this going on. But I wanna show you how emotions don't dictate and determine what you do. Put yourself in a peak state every single day, okay? You're gonna do 3 things, okay? Number 1, focus. What you focus on is what you feel. What you desire is what you focus on. What you focus on grows and gets magnified. So every single day, the first thing you have to do is put yourself in a peak state. What's the first step to put yourself in a peak state? Your focus. What are you focused on right now? Because what you focus on is how you're gonna feel. And remember, emotions are led by motion. Emotions lead to motion. So if I wanna take a different action, I wanna make a transformation, I have to motion, action. That's led by emotion. So what are you focused on every single day? What are you seeing every single day? What are you focused on? The second thing is language. Your language, the meaning you give to it, the language you use are based around anything in life. The words we choose to put with an experience, right? So right now, what's going on? If you wake up every single day and you focus on what the media is telling you, doom, gloom, oh my gosh, it's not gonna be okay. Do you see how many people died? You're not gonna be okay. You can't, you won't. I mean, do you know that before we graduated the first grade, that we heard the word no over 40,000 times? We heard the word no before each and every one of us, before we graduated the first grade, over 40,000 times. We've been conditioned to know it's not possible. You can't, you won't, you shouldn't have success. You've got to recreate your yes environment. How do you do it? Peak state. Every single day, I put myself in a peak state. That way, when I go into the day, emotions don't dictate, determine what I do. They don't change who I am and what I stand for. How do you do it? Focus. What you focus on is what you'll feel. Number 2, language, the meaning you give to it. We talked about that earlier. The language you use about something. The words you choose to put behind an experience. So what's the language you're using every single day about your body, about who you are, what you're capable of, the situations you can control, the situations you can't control, the COVID-19, your career, your marriage. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I talk to so many people all the time, and like, people come to me because they want to transform in an area, and they pay me to do that in life coaching and business. It's super cool. Like, it's humbling because like people come to me in 4 weeks, I'm gonna change your life. And they pay me to do it, and I sit there, and the first thing I say, hey, tell me about, I always do this, tell me about what your belief is about your marriage. They want to transform their marriage is dead. And all they talk about is all the bad things in their marriage. I'm like, are you shocked right now your marriage sucks? Because your language right now, you've convinced yourself it sucks. Well, tell me how you feel about your financial situation. I want to make more money. I want to have financial freedom. I want to get out of debt. And all they're talking about, their language, is debt, how they grew up poor, how this. So we've been conditioned in no environment. Hey, I want to transform my body, Coach JC. Tell me how you view your body. What do you think about your body? And if you're honest, many times when you first come to see us, what do you think? I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not worth it, right? Women especially. I mean, I've heard all the derogatory language that we talk to ourselves in a mirror for year after year and year, and we trained our subconscious mind to take on a false identity. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta choose to focus every single day on what's right and what's not wrong. You gotta focus and have an attitude of gratitude. You gotta focus on what's possible and not what's impossible. And you gotta let that magnify. Step 2 to create a peak state is your language, the words we choose to use about experiences. What are you speaking every single day? Are you speaking life? Are you speaking death? Are you speaking faith? Are you speaking fear? When you wake up in the morning, are you saying the winning confession like I told you to do in the morning routine? Because I've done that now for 8 years. And that's how I put myself in a peak state. Because every morning I remind myself, even when I don't feel like it, I'm strong, I'm passionate, I'm intense. People need you, Coach JC. You're going to change the world today. Do I always feel like that? No. But I choose to put myself in a peak state so emotions don't dictate and determine what I do. And number 3 is your physiological state. Focus, language, and your physiological state. How we use our physiological state, so many times we have no idea how it affects our peak state. So think about it. You know, how many times do we not use pitch and tone, right? And we kind of talk like this. How many times do we keep our shoulders down? How many times is our breathing panic mode, our posture, right? Our movement, slow paced. We feel lazy, we act lazy. We feel angry, we act angry. What if you change your physiological state? What if you changed your breathing, your posture, your movement? And every time when you woke up, you jumped out of bed, you threw those shoulders back, you used the breathing exercise I showed you, right, in week 1, and you said, wait a second, I'm going to focus breathing, then I'm going to pull my shoulders back, I'm going to look in the mirror, and I'm going to remind myself of who I am. I'm here on purpose. I have a purpose. And every day throughout the day, you checked yourself in your physiological state. Even when you don't feel like it, nope, hold up, Superwoman, hold up, Superman, pull them shoulders back. Focus breathing, control your breathing, pull that posture back, look how you're moving. You're not lazy. Stop moving lazy. Move with authority. Act like you're here on purpose. So the first step for you to create momentum in your life so that you can win is you've got to put yourself in a peak state. This is not something you do once and it's done. It's something you do every single day. How do you do it? 3 things. Your focus, what you choose to focus on every single day will magnify and it'll create your feelings, all right, your emotions. Number 2,
I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Now we can.
I lost you guys. What happened? Just when it was getting good.
Yay! Okay.
All right, sorry about that. All right, everybody's good?
Yes.
All right, I have no idea what happened, so let me just make sure we're still on track. Good. All right, so we were talking about, can everybody still see me? Everybody see me? All right, good. Everybody's muted. All right, cool. All right, so we were talking about peak state. So that's state. So number 1, put yourself in a peak state. Step number 1, how do you do it? Your focus, your language that you give to stuff, the words you speak every single day, and then also your physiological state, how you use your body, your breathing, your posture, your movement, all right? That's step 1 for you to create momentum. How do you do it? Put yourself in a peak state. What I was saying before we got disconnected, this is not a one-time thing. It's not like you do it one time. This is every single day. You've got to choose to put yourself in a peak state. When you wake up, throughout the day, you've got to create your Superman or Superwoman moments, like where you go into the phone booth and you're Clark Kent and you come out Superman. There's times where I put myself in a peak state and I have to I'm in the middle of something and I'll go to the bathroom or go in my truck and I'll just say, man, you're off your game, JC. Put yourself in a peak state. I'll check my focus. I'll check my language. I'll do my winning confessions. I'll change my physiological state. I'll do focused breathing and I'll come out Superman so I can win. So don't forget, the first step is peak state. Second step, this is a powerful one, guys, okay? But there is no greater force in life than a soul on fire. So the second key and step for you to create momentum is you've got to find passion. You've got to find passion. You've got to find your passion in why you need to transform your body, why you have to make that amount of money, why you have to have that career, why you have to write that book, why you have to start that ministry, why you have to have that thing that you desire to create momentum in. You've got to find a passion, a purpose, a juice, a driver. Without that, there's no fire. Why get up in the morning? This is why people get depressed. They have no purpose. They have no significance. They have no drive. They have no juice. So there's no greater force than a soul on fire. Like right now, what we're doing with this remote program, why do I get up at 4:10? Because I told myself I'm going to, and it's a daily habit, it's a ritual, but my soul's on fire right now. Like my passion to help you win remotely and no person get left behind. My wife will tell you I'm crazy. I can't sleep at night because I'm thinking of ideas. How can I better serve them? Man, they need me at this moment. Man, I was called for such a time as this. And I have such this purpose and this passion that my soul is just lit on fire from it. So I want you to ask yourself a few questions. If you're struggling with passion, if you're struggling with a purpose in life, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. And I'm going to give you these questions. Here they are. First thing is, what do you love? What do I love? What do I love? If you're looking to transform your body, and you're looking to get some passion around that, what do I love about my body? If you're looking to change a career, what do I love? What do I love in life? What do I love to do? The other question on the flip side of that, when you're really trying to determine your passion is, what do I hate? I'm trying to develop a passion about my body and who I can become. What do I hate about my body right now? What do I hate about feeling this way? What do I hate about acting this way, performing this way? What do I hate in the world? Why did I start certain things I started? Because it was out of a hate. I hated that. I hated to see people be in pain and suffer. So that's why I'm going to do this. So what do I love? What do I hate? These are deep questions, but if you dig deep and you really solicit answers and you keep asking yourself, not superficial, man, this could change your life. The third question is, what am I passionate about now? What lights me on fire now? What am I passionate now? What movies do I like? What do I like to books do I like to read? What do I do throughout the day that lights me on fire, that I'm excited about, that brings me joy, that brings me passion? And then what do I really want? What do I really want? Do you know how many people I talk to all the time, every single day, that come to me for coaching? I say, what do you want? And they're like, you know what they say? They talk about everything they don't want, right? I say, whoa. No. I didn't ask you what you don't want. That's why you're here. What do you want? You've got to write the vision and make it plain. You got to define what the outcome is that you want. You got to know, this is why I want this body and I want this body and I'm going to look this way, feel this way, and perform this. This is why I want to have this kind of relationship. This is why I want to have and start this business. This is why I want to have this career and this promotion and this relationship and this amount of money, whatever it is. And the last and final question is, what really drives me in life? What really drives you in life? What really drives you in life? So step number 2, find your passion to create momentum. If you don't have passion, why are you going to show up every single day? You've got to find a passion around why you do what you do. How do you do that? How do we set your soul on fire? Few questions. What do I love? What do I hate? What am I passionate about? What do I really want? What do I really, really want? And what really drives me in life? Step 2. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3. Step 3. This is it. It's about resolve. Once you know exactly what you want and you set your soul on fire and you have passion, once you put yourself in a peak state, step 3 is you decide, you commit, and resolve. What does that mean? Once I make a decision, deciding means I make a decision. I'm going to have this. I'm going to transform my body. I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm going to have this career. I'm going to have this relationship. There's hell or high water. I made a decision, and the only answer is yes. There's no negotiating with my goal, my vision, my calling. I made a decision. Once I make a decision, I then commit. Commitment doesn't say, well, I'm in if it's working. If it's not working, I'm out. I'll jump ship. I'll do something else. The commit says it's going to happen. So first is decide. Okay, decide says I'm making a commitment. I'm sticking to this. Number 2 is commit. It's gonna happen, not it might, maybe. I hope it happens. That's uncertainty. When you have that, that creates the feelings inside of you to tell yourself subconsciously, maybe you'll never have this. You might have it. It's just uncertain. So committing says it's going to happen. And then the last and final thing is resolve. I decide, I commit, and resolve says it's already done. Like I'm telling you right now, something I've done in my life, people think it's crazy. I've already claimed things before I had. Before I had full custody of my daughter. I was in the fight of my life to be a dad, over $400,000 in debt, fighting to see my daughter for years. Some of you know my story. And I said, it's already done. I'm already going to get full custody. I'm already going to be the dad that God called me to be. It's already done. I had such a resolve deep inside of me that attorneys I talked to, they were like, this dude's crazy. Judges were like, this dude's certain. I eventually not only convinced myself, but I convinced everybody, and I got full custody. When I was $400,000 in debt, I had to get out of debt. There's so many areas of my life that I can tell you right now that I've done that in, and it's just 3 things. Once I put myself in a peak state and I'm set up to win. Once I have my soul on fire, I'm passionate, I know what my purpose is, okay? I'm fighting for this thing. Step 3 is I make a decision, I decide, okay? It's a decision, it's done. Number 2, I commit. Commitment says it's going to happen, period. And number 3 is a resolve, it's already done. What if you start to think, speak, and act as if you already were that person? What if you start to think, speak, and act as if it was already done, as if you were that person at that weight, that person feeling that way? How would you act different? How would you speak different? What if you were that person in that relationship? It's already done. Put yourself in a peak state, find your purpose. Step 3, decide, commit, resolve. And step 4, powerful one, but this will never happen if those first 3 aren't done. Step 4 is take action. Take action. Guys, obviously you can't create momentum without taking action. We all know that. We all know that. So here's what I want to tell you. Take immediate, okay, consistent action. Now, let me go back and say this. Be smart about it. Like take intelligent action, but take immediate, consistent action. Why do I say immediate? Immediate is I don't wait, okay, to do stuff, because what we do is we talk ourselves out a lot of times. We talk ourselves out. So do something immediately before leaving the site of setting a goal. So if I'm setting a goal tonight, all right, and I'm saying, here's what I want, okay, this is the body I'm after, this is the kind of relationship I'm after, this is the career I'm gonna have, okay, then right there, when I set that goal and I put myself in a peak state, I know what my purpose is, okay, I decide, I commit, I have resolve, what do? I do something right there immediately before leaving the site of setting that goal. It's a sense of urgency, it's do or die. What do most people do? Well, I want to transform my body and I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year. I'm going to think about it. Even in the faith-based world, people tell me all the time, I'm waiting on God. I'm like, that's great, but you've been waiting on God 18 years. I talked to you 18 years ago. Just take action. Guys, I'm going to give you two other things I think would help you. Before you do something immediately, I think one of the things that's really powerful is get a proven model. Like there's so many people and there's models of whatever you want to be or whatever you want to accomplish in life. There's proven models of people and models that they've already done it. So like this whole model we're using remotely, like you don't have to guess. You don't have to recreate it. We've done it. We know it works. But in any area of your life, get a proven model, get a mentor, right? The second step is create a plan, have a game plan, and then do something immediately before leaving the site of setting that goal. So I set a goal tonight. I'm going to do something right now that's going to move the needle. Doesn't mean it has to be everything, but it's to be something to train my mind that this is possible. All right. So step 4 is take action, take immediate, intelligent, consistent action. All right. So the last step is consistency, right? So if I do it one time, it's never going to work. I'm never going to transform my body. I'm never going to be great. You can't do it one time. So when I have a proven model, I create a game plan. I do something immediately before leaving the site of setting a goal to create urgency. And then I'm going to do that consistently over and over and over and over and over and again. All right. Step 5, the last and final step for you to create momentum in your life is be smart. Be smart. And this is an acronym, all right, that I learned years ago. It's an acronym. Be smart. If I'm going down, smart, okay, S stands for strengthen it. Every single day, I want you to strengthen the 5 things we're talking about. I want you to strengthen your peak state. I want you to strengthen your purpose. I want you to strengthen your decision, your commitment, your resolve. I want you to strengthen your action every single day. Be smart. Strengthen it. Strengthen your goals. Strengthen your dreams. Work on it every single day. Number 2 is measure it. Have measurables every single day. That's why we have scoreboards. That's why I tell you guys, track your nutrition. Log it on the scoreboard. That's why I tell you guys, like week 1, here's a winning hour, and here's a scoreboard at the end. Did I do it? What time did I do it? What time did I start? What time did I finish? Week 2, win the day. How do you win the day? You stack wins by planning your day. There's a scoreboard every day. You fill it out. Why? You want to measure stuff, right? How do all successful teams do it? It's not like Shannon. I'm looking at Shannon again, like she got all these medals running a race. Was she just like, all right, I'm just going to go run this race. And when I finish, and hopefully I finish one day. No, she set goals and she measured it. And she said, wow, I finished that race and it was a 5K and I did it this time. Maybe next time I'm going to finish 3 of them. And then after I finish 3 of them, I'm going to try to finish 5. And when I finish 5, then I'm going to try doing a better time. And then I'm going to run a faster one. Then I'm going to run a longer one. You have to have measurables to track. Am I winning or am I losing? That's the M in SMART. The A in SMART is assess. Is it giving you the reward you want? Assess it on a daily and weekly basis. Come back and say, okay, I'm putting myself in a peak state. I'm doing what Coach JC said to do. I have the passion. My soul's on fire, I think. I believe. I committed. I have resolve. I made a decision. I'm taking action. And man, is it really giving me the reward I want? Do I feel like my soul's on fire? Maybe this isn't it. Do I need to tweak? Do I not need to tweak? And that leads me to number 4, which is reinforce. And reinforce is what works. Do it over and over. Whatever works, do it over and over. And I talked about this in step 4, action is you got to be consistent. Reinforce what works, do it over and over, and then take new action to create momentum. So every single day, like I stack wins. Whatever's working for me, I do that over and over. I reinforce it. And then even in business, I reinforce what's working in systems and processes, but then I come back and I say, guys, this might not be working. Let's create a new process. Let's take a new action, create new momentum. It doesn't mean what was working, I throw aside, right? So whatever's working for you in the SMART step 5, okay, the R, reinforce. What works, reinforce it, and then take new action and create momentum off that. And then the last and final one in the SMART is the T, take new action. What does that mean? Okay, you're never going to get a different result by doing the same old thing. So I want you to be consistent, and I want you to continue to implement this to create momentum, but take new action says, I'm going to measure it. I'm going to strengthen it. I'm going to measure it. I'm going to assess it. All right. Is it rewarding me? Is it the reward I want? I'm going to reinforce it. What's working, I'm going to reinforce. What's not working, I'm going to take new action on. And what do I take new action on? There's always things that we can improve on. It might be our mindset. It might be our spiritual life. It might be our relationships. It might be our community. It might be our financial state. Take new action every single day. Go back to the drawing board with the 5 keys that I gave you to create momentum and say, okay, now that I have this going on, and I'm going to create this in another area of my life. Okay, so what else can I do this in? Maybe it's just in something simple, reading a book and getting a book done. Maybe it's listening to a podcast. Maybe it's personal development. Maybe it's saving money to go on a vacation. Any area of your life, you can implement this and it will work for you. So guys, I want to end with a recap really quick. So what I gave you tonight is the 5 ways, the 5 keys, all right, to create momentum in your life. All right, before we even jumped into the 5 keys to create momentum, we talked about what controls and determines the quality of our lives, the meaning we assign to it, and our emotions. All right, why is that so important? Your body will respond to the image you put in your mind. Emotions, what's your belief? Everything in your life is shaped by your beliefs. Why do most people fail? Most people fail in life to reach their goals in any area because they are led by emotions and they never create momentum because of that. How do you win? Winning is built on winning. You have to stack wins. What's the 5 steps to create momentum? Step number 1, put yourself in a peak state every single day. This is a habit or ritual. How do I do it? I do it by me creating my emotions. 3 ways. My focus. What I choose to focus on is how I feel. What else do I do? My language, the words I choose to assign to experiences in my life on a daily basis. Number 3, my physiological state, how we choose to use our bodies, our breathing, our posture, our movement, right? That's step 1. Step 2, after you put yourself in a peak state, find your passion. There's no greater force than a soul on fire. How do you find your passion in getting anything? Few questions. If you want a different answer, ask yourself different questions. What do you love? What do I love? Right? What do you hate? What do I hate? What am I passionate about? Right? What am I passionate about? What do I really want in life? And then what really drives me in life? What really drives me? That's step 2. Find your passion. Light that soul on fire. Step 3, what is it? Decide, commit, resolve. Decide. Make a decision. This is it. I'm going to change my body. I'm going to have this financial freedom. I'm going to have that kind of relationship. I'm going to have that career. I'm going to get that promotion. Whatever it is, I'm going to run that race. Decide, make a decision, commit. It's going to happen. Not maybe, I hope, I wish. Done. It's going to happen. And resolve, it's already done. Start to create a certainty in calling those things that are not as if they already are. See yourself on the other side. Start to think, speak, and act as if it is already done. Step 3, decide, commit, resolve. Step 4, take action. Take immediate, intelligent, consistent action. Remember, I gave you a couple keys here. Find a proven model that works. Just duplicate it, right? Create a plan, a game plan. And then when you set a goal right there, do not leave. Do not leave the site of setting that goal. Do something immediately before you leave the site of setting that goal. What does that do? Creates do or die sense of urgency. Step 5, last and final step, be smart. How are you smart? The acronym SMART. S, strengthen it. Strengthen the top 4 we just talked about. Put myself in a peak state every day. To create and desire my passion. Decide, commit, resolve. Take an action. I'm going to strengthen this over and over and over again. What's the M? Measure it. Have a measurable. How do I know if I'm winning? A scoreboard. A, assess. Is it giving me the reward I want? Is it producing the result that I expected to produce? If not, we might need to pivot. R, reinforce. Reinforce what's working. And then the last and final one, the T, is take new action. Don't stop here. Do the same exact formula. Use the same exact formula to take new action, set a new goal, create new momentum so that you can win in life. Ladies, gentlemen, that is our lesson for week 3. But I want to end with this. We don't get what we want in life, okay? We don't get what we want in life. We live who we believe we are. And I want to repeat that one more time. We don't get what we want in life many times. We live who we believe we are. If there's anything you take away from tonight, it's that I want to help you create a belief in who you are, who you were born to be, and who you ultimately can become. Who loves you? I love you. That is our lesson of the week. I'm going to open this up for